Hey everybody, Dustin Dale's back here at the Funny Bone Comic Club, 168th and Dodge, Village Point Mall. And this weekend, there's a guy that if he's not already a household name, I'm telling you, he's on the way there because he's been on MTV, NBC. He's got a bigger show coming up on NBC now. YouTube.
Also YouTube.
Yes, if he's not, he's
And
on
the
YouTube.
Internet. I'm all over the internet.
I think he's on Twitter too.
Twitter.
So, I mean,
yes.
A lot of big things for you.
Uber.
Uber.
Yes.
How is your Uber rating?
I'm a 4.1 on Uber.
Nice, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not a failing grade. That's good.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned some of your work on television. You've been on MTV, you hosted a couple shows there. You did Last Comic Standing. You've done a lot of things. Don't want to touch base on all of them, but to me, what do people need to know about your earlier background in television?
Oh, well, I started as a stand-up comedy. I started in stand-up comedy, so stand-up comedy is my first love. So whenever I do anything, I'm always like, they're like, here's the script. I'm like, can I add stuff? And they're like, well, that's not really how scripted works. And I was like, please? And they're like, we'll try it. Because that's my first instinct is comedy. I feel like that's what I know best. But I've hosted a bunch, which is really fun. And the reason I'm good at that, I think, is because of stand-up. You just entertain people. And then I tour all over the world for the last, since 2005, telling jokes.
Not a bad gig, huh?
Yeah, I love it. I'm happy.
Now, those shows on MTV, I imagine MTV is a fun place to work for. The shows are always unique in one way or another.
You've imagined wrongly.
I've imagined wrong. Okay. Tell me about your time on MTV.
MTV is great. It was very, very good to me. I did a show there called Money from Strangers for 2 seasons, where we'd put strangers into businesses and we'd tell them what to say and do, and they would earn money for all the things they accomplished. As long as they didn't get busted, they didn't find it was a show, and they didn't laugh. As long as they did all those things, they'd make money. But so many different shows started doing that we just stopped. And then I was on MTV's Girl Code, which was weird, because I auditioned for Guy Code, and during the audition, they're like, he'd be great for Girl Code. And I was like, I'm a boy. And then they're like, yeah, don't worry about that. And then sure enough, I was the first guy on Girl Code, which was strange. But that was fun. I'm trying to think what else I did at MTV. I hosted New Year's with Snooki and JWoww, which, as you can imagine, whatever you want to imagine.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think what else. I've done a bunch of stuff over at MTV. Rob Dyrdek's cooking show and all these different things.
I didn't even know you had a cooking show.
Nah, no, it came and went. Plus MTV, it's like. Also, people always go, MTV, like, I remember when MTV played music. Well, that's not how the world works no more. They can't play music because it's just one TV show or one TV network. So if they were to play music, they'd have to play what's most popular. And what's most popular, people probably don't want to,
It's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, so just don't worry about it. You have a radio.
Exactly. Yeah, you did some time with the cast of Jersey Shore. They're coming back on TV. Now there's a show like Floribama Shore, which my wife has started watching. Have you seen that show?
I don't watch any of that stuff. Actually, what's great about being on my new show is when I was at MTV, I would see emails where they're like, Jeff's getting a little too old to be on the network. He's 26 now. That hurts my heart. 26 isn't old at all. And they're like, he's getting too old. He's aged out of MTV. I would read those emails. And then now I'm on a show where I'm the youngest, right? And the next youngest is 69 years old. So that's great. I'm the young guy over at NBC. It's perfect.
Yeah, tell me about your new show. You're working with the likes of Henry Winkler. You're working with Terry Bradshaw, George Foreman.
And William
Shatner.
Yeah.
That's got to be incredible.
It's awesome. I take these 4 guys all over the world. I put them in weird scenarios. It's a cool show because if I do everything right and I get a good hotel and good transportation and all these different things for these guys, then everyone's happy and they go, good work, Jeff. You did good. But if I screw it up, they're like, this is even better. This is great television. So it's a really win-win job. And then also just to be with those 4 guys, to get to see the world with these 4 guys has been really magic. And we became really, really good friends. And even I'm in the group, so it makes I'm really flattered. But it's nice to be with old guys. I like to feel young and spry.
The show is called Better Late Than Never. It's coming up in just a few weeks, actually, I think, right?
Yeah, December 11th is when the first sneak peek episode is, and then the premiere is January 1st, and it's season 2. So you can watch season 1 right now on NBC.com, where I take the 4 guys all through Asia.
Yeah, tell me about that. I got to imagine with those 4 guys in Asia, there had to have been some memorable moments. What stuck out to you?
Well, Thailand was great because there was lots of animals. And these 4 old guys were like obsessed with the elephants. That's all they talk about. If you ask Henry Winkler, what was the most memorable thing in your life? He'll be like, I met this elephant named Natalie, and I looked in her eyes. Right? But The elephants were just kind of cool for me. I thought they were fine. What I liked was the monkeys. There was monkeys all over Thailand, and they were mischievous too. They would come up and like steal your stuff. I watched a monkey steal a lady's camera, which I don't promote theft. I ain't a big theft guy. That's not funny to me. You grow up, you don't steal things. But when a monkey does it, it's my favorite, you know? Same with, I don't promote people going up to other people and just start humping on them. But monkeys do it. It's hilarious. When monkeys do anything, I don't care what it is. These monkeys are doing it. It makes me happy.
You got to go check out the monkeys at the zoo then.
No, man, I don't go to zoos. I like the wild monkeys. I don't want to see them in a glass cage and feel bad for them.
I just found this story, this really crazy story that apparently, like, back in, like, 1960 or 80, somewhere in that 20-year span, there was this excess of money that they were trying to figure out what to do with in Omaha.
When is that?
So
what to do with all this cash?
They decided to, like, put an island in the middle of this lake and put these monkeys on it. It's a true story. It's the craziest thing ever. This happened like 40 years ago here in Omaha.
We have to go to Monkey Island.
It's not around anymore, but it was the craziest thing I've ever read.
It has to be.
Someone brought it up to me a couple weeks ago. It was in a paper article.
You can't just get rid of an island, especially if it has a bunch, like 500 monkey citizens. You can't just get rid of an island.
Apparently, they figured out how to get off the island. Usually, they don't go over water, but apparently, they figured out how to get off the island and it became too big of a problem.
It was like that level where Donkey Kong is swimming around and stuff.
Yes!
They're like, listen, guys, we want to get out of here. We got to swim. And then that good music hits. And then they're swimming. It's adorable.
Yeah. I can't even imagine to think about it. But
one of the Chinese New Year's symbols is water monkey, I think. So a bunch of water monkeys around now, probably because of Omaha. Good work.
Now, you've obviously been on the road with these four guys, hung out with them, but I got to imagine, did they have a chance to come check out your comedy? Did they ever critique your skills?
They have never came to my comedy, but it's because George Foreman lives in Houston.
Okay.
Terry lives in Oklahoma, and then the other two guys live in LA, and I don't perform in LA that much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do, but that's short sets. I'm not going to invite Henry Winkler and William Shatner to see me do 5 minutes at a Tuesday night improv show. But Terry was supposed to come with me when I did the Tonight Show, but the next time I do the Tonight Show, I'm going to bring him for sure.
Yeah, Terry, he's been on the Tonight Show, like 74 times?
Over 100 times.
Over 100 times.
Yeah.
I was joking. I didn't realize it was that much, really.
That's insane, right?
That is insane, yeah.
I think Jay Leno was just at the time like, you know, what do we got some free time today? Bring Terry in. They just called because they're good friends. That's nuts.
Did he ever co-host the Tonight Show? Because I thought he would be a perfect fit for that.
I'm not sure. I actually just found out that he did the Tonight Show over 100 times. I was all jealous because as a comedian, we're like, I've done the Tonight Show. I'll never worry about nothing again. But then Terry's like, oh yeah, I did it over 100 times. It's like, must you take everything from me? Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that he didn't come with me the first time I was on it because I imagine they'd be like, wait, you brought Terry Bradshaw? Let's find a way to incorporate it. And then it would have been so I got my moment. But next time I'm definitely bringing him.
Well, the show is called Better Late Than Never. It's coming up in just a couple weeks on NBC, and then the big show starts on New Year's Day. You definitely want to check that out. It's 4 of the greatest names in showbiz. You got to check it out. Plus
5 of the greatest names in show business.
Well, 5 if you include Henry Winkler. No.
Yeah.
Don't kill me, Henry.
No,
Make sure you check it out. It's coming up on NBC. And this weekend, you can catch him now before he blows up. I'm telling you, this guy's going to be a household name. So come check him out this weekend while you can here in Omaha before you have to go pay to see him down at CenturyLink Center. I'm telling you. His name is Jeff Dye. Thanks for hanging out with me, Jeff.
Thanks,
I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you. Thanks for saying all that nice stuff at the end.
Of course, man.
Yeah, good, man.
Take care, guys.